I don't know who was listening. I don't know if the tower is still sending the signal out, or if I'm just talking to the dead air in this room. If you can hear me, don't come here. Stay where you are, lock your doors, push the heavy furniture against them, turn off your lights. If you have a gun, load it. If you don't, find something heavy. A hammer, a bat, anything. My name is Caleb. I'm at the station. I'm the only one left. I think I'm the only one left. It's 3 in the morning, or maybe 4. I lost track when the power flickered and the digital clocks on the wall went dark. The backup generator kicked in with this low hum that vibrates through the floor, shaking my coffee cup just enough to make tiny ripples. It's the only sound in the building right now. That hum and my breathing. I've been staring at the phone lines for 2 hours. They used to light up, when people called in to request songs or complain about the weather. We had 6 lines. Green lights, blinking, solid, blinking. Now they are just black. Dead black plastic. Nobody is calling. Or maybe the lines are down. I hope the lines are down. The alternative is that there is no one left to call. Let me tell you what I saw before I locked the studio door. It started on the screens. We have these 4 big monitors in the newsroom, usually tuned to the national networks. Around noon, they were talking about a riot in Chicago. They called it a civil disturbance. That's a nice way of saying people were tearing each other apart. The camera was shaking. The reporter, she looked scared. Not the fake TV scared where they furrow their brow. Real fear. Her eyes were wide, darting around. She wasn't looking at the camera. She was looking past it. Then she screamed. The feed didn't cut. It just fell. The camera hit the ground, lens up. I saw the sky. It was gray. And then I saw faces. They weren't angry faces. Anger is human. You get angry when someone cuts you off in traffic. These faces were empty and fast. They were moving so fast, blurs of teeth and hands. The feed cut to a technical difficulties screen. Then the local reports started coming in. First, it was the scanner. Usually the scanner is background noise. Traffic stops, domestic disputes, a cat in a tree. Today, it was screaming. Just screaming. Officers yelling for backup, yelling that suspects wouldn't go down. I heard a veteran cop, a guy I've interviewed before, his voice cracking. He said, "He bit him. He just took a chunk out of his neck. Send everyone now." That was 6 hours ago. I looked out the window of the lobby before I came down here. The station is on a hill, so you can see the highway. It's usually a river of red taillights and white headlights this time of night. Trucks moving goods, people going home. Tonight, it stopped. Just stopped. Cars are facing every direction. Some are in the ditch, some are sideways across the lanes. I saw a fire, a big one, maybe a tanker truck. It was burning bright orange, lighting up the trees, but nobody was moving away from the fire. I saw shadows running toward the fire. Why would you run toward a fire? I zoomed in with my phone camera. The shadows were people, but they weren't running like they were scared. They were running like they were hunting. They were pulling people out of the cars. I saw a man, I think it was a man, wearing a blue jacket. He was dragged out of a sedan by 3 others. They didn't rob him. They didn't hit him and run. They fell on him. Like dogs. Like starving dogs. I turned away. I couldn't watch. I came down here and I locked the heavy steel door. It's soundproof. It's meant to keep the noise of the world out, so the audio is clean. Now it's the only thing keeping me safe. I have a laptop in here. The internet is spotty, really slow, but I'm getting messages. Or I was, until about 20 minutes ago. The last email I got was from a friend of mine, Sarah. She's a nurse at the Mercy General Hospital downtown. The subject line was just, "Help." No punctuation, just those 4 letters. The message said, "They brought in the first one an hour ago. We thought it was drugs, Flocka or bath salts or something new. High temperature, burning up, 106 degrees. He was thrashing on the gurney, broke the straps. He spit blood in Dr. Evans' face. Evans is sick now, Caleb. He's sick in minutes. Minutes! He's screaming in the break room, and we locked him in, but he's throwing himself against the door. He's going to break it. The patient, the first one, he bit a security guard. The guard is turning too. It's in the blood. It's in the saliva. Don't go outside. It's not a flu. It's rage. It's pure rage. I'm hiding in the supply closet on the 4th floor. I can hear them running in the hall. They're laughing. Why are they laughing? That was the last thing she sent. I replied. I asked if she was okay. I asked if the police were there. No answer. I'm looking at the audio waveform on my screen right now. It's just my voice, spikes of green in a sea of flat line. It's mesmerizing. If I stop talking, the line goes flat, dead flat. I don't want it to go flat. As long as the line is moving, I'm still here. I'm still a person. I need to tell you what to look for. If you are still in your house, look out the window, but don't let them see you. Keep the lights off. The eyes. The reports say the eyes go red, not pink eye red, blood red, like a vessel burst. And they sweat. They sweat so much it looks like they just stepped out of a shower. And the noise. They don't talk. They don't say, "Help me," or "Stop." They make this sound. It's like a growl mixed with a scream, a wet, tearing sound. If you see someone like that, I'm sorry. That's not your neighbor anymore. That's not your brother. That's a thing, a vessel for the virus. I have a theory. Well, not my theory. I saw it on a forum before the site crashed. A guy claiming to be from the CDC. He said it's a mutated strain of rabies, supercharged. Rabies usually kills you in weeks. It makes you afraid of water, makes you confused. But this, he said it burns through the brain in minutes. It rewires the aggression centers. It turns off the part of you that says, "Don't hurt people," and cranks up the part that says, "Kill." He said it's airborne in close proximity, but mostly transmitted through fluids, blood, spit. If they cough on you, if they scream in your face. Wait, I heard something. I'm going to be quiet for a second. Listen with me. There, did you hear that? It sounded like a thump, a dull, heavy thump. It came from upstairs, from the lobby. The security door upstairs requires a key card. I have my card here. The other employees, Dave, the producer, he left at 5. The morning crew hasn't arrived. They won't arrive. So who is upstairs? It could be the wind. It's a windy night. The old sign out front bangs against the bricks sometimes. Yeah, it's probably the sign. I'm going to keep telling myself it's the sign. I want to read you something else I found. It's a post from a father in Seattle. He posted it, let me check the timestamp, 10 minutes ago. It says, "My son came home from school early. He said he felt hot. I put him to bed. He asked for water. I went to the kitchen. When I came back with the glass, he was standing on the bed. He was staring at the wall. I said his name. I said, 'Tyler?' He turned around. His mouth was bleeding. He had chewed his own lip off. He looked at me, and he didn't know me. He jumped. He's so strong. He's only 10. How is he so strong? I'm in the bathroom. He's scratching the door. He's digging through the wood. I can see his fingers coming through the gap. They're broken. His fingers are broken, but he doesn't care. He just wants in. I have a knife. I don't know if I can do it. God, he's my boy." The post ends there. This isn't a riot. This isn't a civil disturbance. The government is lying to us. Or maybe they're not lying. Maybe there is no government left to tell us anything. I tried the emergency broadcast system frequency. You know, the one with the horrible screeching tone that interrupts your favorite song. I tuned the receiver to it. Silence. Just static. If the government was still in control, that channel would be blaring instructions. Go to the shelters, stay indoors, boil your water, something. But there's nothing. That means the people who are supposed to push the button are gone, or they're running just like us. I'm going to keep broadcasting as long as the generator has fuel. The gauge says we have about 12 hours of diesel. After that, the lights go out, the transmitter dies, and I'm in the dark. I brought a flashlight. I have a bottle of water. I have half a sandwich from lunch. That's my inventory. That's my survival kit. a ham sandwich, and a flashlight. It's funny, really. You watch movies about the end of the world, and the hero has a backpack full of gear, a shotgun, a map. I have lunch meat and a dying phone. I'm going to check the exterior cameras. We have a security feed that looks at the back parking lot. I'm pulling it up on the laptop now. The image is grainy, black and white. Okay, I see my car. It's a gray Honda. It's sitting there alone. Wait, there's movement near the dumpster. Something is hunched over. It looks like a person. They're on their hands and knees. They're shaking violently, like a seizure. They've just stopped. They're standing up. Oh God. They're looking right at the camera. I think that's Dave, my producer. He left. I'm still here. The red light is still on. The generator is still humming. I didn't die. I think it's been 3 hours since I turned the mic off. I sat there in the dark with a pair of scissors I found in the desk drawer. I stared at that vent cover until my eyes started to water. I listened to the scraping sound. It got louder, and then it got quiet. Then there was a squeak, a high-pitched squeak, and then nothing. I think it was a raccoon, or a rat, a big one. The building is old and animals get in the roof sometimes. I sat there holding those scissors like a weapon of war, ready to stab a raccoon. That's where my mind is right now. I'm ready to kill a raccoon because I'm afraid it might be a 10-year-old boy who wants to eat me. The sun is coming up. I can see it through the crack in the heavy curtains covering the sound booth window. It's not a nice sunrise. Usually the light hits the glass and makes the room feel warm. Today, the light looks dirty. There is so much smoke in the air outside. The sky isn't blue. It's a bruised purple color, turning into a sick yellow near the horizon. I checked the external cameras again. The parking lot is empty. Dave, or the thing that used to be Dave, is gone. The pack he was with is gone. That scares me more than seeing them. When you can see the wolf, you know where it is. When the woods are empty, the wolf could be anywhere. I saw something on the newsfeed right before the internet cut out completely. It's gone now, totally dead. The little icon in the corner has a red X on it. But before it died, I downloaded a cache of text files from a survivalist board. These guys have been preparing for the end of the world for years. We used to laugh at them. We called them crazy. We made jokes about their bunkers and their canned beans. Who's laughing now? One of the files is a map. It shows the projected spread of a viral outbreak based on flight patterns. It's a simulation from a university study done 5 years ago. I'm looking at it now. If this started in a major hub, like New York or London or Chicago, the spread covers the whole continent in 48 hours. We are past the 48-hour mark. That means there is nowhere to run. If you were thinking about packing the car and heading for the hills, don't. You'll just die in traffic. I saw the highway camera before it went dark. It was a parking lot of metal and fire. People trapped in their cars. The virus moves faster than a car stuck in gridlock. Stay where you are. I found a bottle of whiskey in the bottom drawer of the desk. It belonged to the old station manager. He got fired last year for drinking on the job. I guess he left a stash. I haven't opened it. I want to. God, I want to take a drink, just to stop my hands from shaking. But I can't. If I get drunk, I get slow. If I get slow, I die. So I'm just looking at the bottle. It's amber liquid. It catches the light from the laptop screen. It looks peaceful. Let's talk about the noise. If you are in a city, you know what I'm talking about. The screaming has mostly stopped. That's the terrifying part. The first few hours were loud. Panic, sirens, car alarms, people yelling names. Now, the city is quiet, but it's a heavy quiet. Every now and then you hear a gunshot, a single pop, then silence, then maybe 2 more pops. You know what that is. That's someone making a choice. That's someone who realized the door won't hold, or someone whose wife just started coughing blood. I heard a burst of automatic fire about 20 minutes ago. It sounded far away, maybe near the river. That means the military is here, or the National Guard, or maybe just a guy with a really illegal gun. But if it was the military, they aren't winning. You don't fire full auto if you are in control. You fire full auto when you are panicking, when you are spraying bullets at a wall of bodies coming at you. I want to read you a note I found in my pocket. It's a grocery list. I wrote it yesterday morning. Yesterday morning feels like 10 years ago. Milk, eggs, bread, coffee filters, cat food. Cat food. My cat, Buster. He's at my apartment. It's 3 miles from here. I left him a big bowl of food, but he eats fast. He's probably sleeping on the sofa right now. He doesn't know the world has ended. He's just waiting for me to come home and scratch him behind the ears. I can't go home. Even if I had a car, I couldn't make it 3 miles. The streets are kill zones. I have to accept that Buster is on his own. That hurts more than I thought it would. It's the little things that break you. You can handle the concept of a collapsing government, but thinking about your cat wondering where you are, that's the thing that makes you want to open the whiskey. I'm going to try to tune the radio receiver to the AM bands. Sometimes the long-wave signals travel further. Maybe there is another station out there. Maybe there is a voice in the dark. Hold on. Static. Just ocean waves of static. Wait. There's something on 7:40 AM. It's faint. It's music. It's gospel music. Someone is playing a hymnal. It's scratching and popping, fading in and out. I'll fly away. That's the song. It sounds like an old record. Who is playing records right now? Is it a church? Is it an automated system left on loop? It's gone. The static swallowed it. If you heard that music, hold on to it. It means someone else is still flipping switches. I need to give you some practical advice. I'm not an expert, but I've been reading these files. Smell. The infected rely on smell and hearing. Their eyesight seems to go based on the blood vessels bursting in the eyes. They're half blind with rage, but they can hear a pin drop, and they can smell biological material. If you are bleeding, you are a beacon. If you cut your hand opening a can of beans, bandage it. Wrap it in plastic, tape it shut. Do not let the scent of blood get into the air. And waste. I know it's gross, but you have to think about it. If you're hiding in a closet or a basement, you can't flush the toilet. The noise of the pipes is a dinner bell. The water might be off anyway. Use a bucket. Seal it with a lid. Use trash bags. Keep your scent contained. If you smell like a frightened human, they will find you. If you smell like nothing, maybe they will pass your door. I'm looking at the door to the studio again. It's a heavy fire door. It opens outwards into the hallway. That's good. It means if they try to bash it in, they're pushing against the frame. But the hinges are on the outside. I just realized the hinges are on the outside. If they have tools, if they have enough brain function left to use a hammer or a screwdriver, they could pop the pins. They could take the door off. Do they know how to do that? The report from the CDC guy, the one I read earlier, said they lose higher cognitive function. They lose math, logic, language, but they keep problem-solving aggression. What does that mean? Does that mean they can figure out a door handle? Yes. Does that mean they can figure out a hinge pin? Maybe. I'm going to jam something under the door. I have a wedge here, a rubber door stap. It's not much. I'm looking around the room for something heavy to brace it. The desk is bolted to the floor. The equipment racks are bolted to the wall. This room was designed to be earthquake-proof. Now that works against me. Everything is fixed in place. I can't move the furniture to build a barricade. I am trapped in a box with unmovable objects. I have to trust the lock. Let's talk about the water again. I took a sip from my bottle earlier. I have about half a liter left. When that's gone, I have to make a choice. There's a water cooler in the hallway. It's right outside the door, maybe 10 feet. To get to it, I have to unlock the door, step into the hallway, grab the heavy jug, and drag it back in. It would take 10 seconds, maybe 15. Is it worth the risk? I can hear the building settling. Every creak sounds like a footstep. I remember a story my grandfather told me. He was in a war. He didn't say which one, he just called it the war. He said the worst part wasn't the shooting, it was the waiting. Sitting in a hole in the mud, waiting for the sun to go down, knowing that when the dark came, the enemy would come with it. He said your mind starts to play tricks on you. You see shapes in the shadows. You hear voices in the wind. I think I'm hearing voices. Faintly. Through the wall. It sounds like singing. No, it's not singing. It's crying. It's coming from the office next door. The sales manager's office. Is someone in there? Hello? I shouldn't have yelled. I shouldn't have made noise. But if someone is alive right next to me... The crying stopped. Now I hear movement. A chair sliding. Is someone there? I'm whispering now. I'm pressing my ear against the soundproofing foam on the wall. I hear a voice. A woman's voice. Muffled. Let me out. That's what she said. Let me out. It sounds like Brenda. Brenda works in accounting. She's nice. She brings donuts. It is getting hot in here. I didn't think about the heat. The building's cooling system is tied to the main grid, not the backup generator. The generator only powers the essential circuits, the lights, the board, the transmitter. The air conditioning is dead. The sun is beating down on the roof, and this soundproof room is basically a thermos. It keeps the noise out, but it keeps the heat in. I'm sweating. It's dripping off my nose and hitting the desk. I tried to peel up the carpet near the door. I had this idea that if I could jam a wad of carpet under the door, it would create enough friction to hold it shut when the magnet dies. I used the scissors. I stabbed into the gray industrial rug and pulled. It's glued down tight. It came up in chunks. Dust flew everywhere. I coughed, and the sound of my own cough scared me. It was too loud. I managed to shove a thick wedge of fabric and glue and rubber under the door gap. I kicked it in with my heel. It feels tight. Is it tight enough to stop a person from pushing it open? I don't know. I hope I don't have to find out. The fuel gauge says 7 hours, maybe less. The needle is wobbling. I've been watching the street again. I saw a dog, a golden retriever. It was trotting down the middle of the road like it was just a normal Tuesday. It had a leash dragging behind it, a blue leash. It stopped at a car, sniffed the tire, and lifted its leg. Then it looked at the open door of the car. It wagged its tail. It barked. Once, twice. Then something came out of the car. It wasn't the owner. It was... I don't want to describe it. It was fast. The dog didn't stand a chance. It didn't even yelp. It was just gone, dragged into the dark interior of the sedan. The car shook for a few seconds. Then it stopped shaking. If you have a dog, keep it inside. Do not let it out. The animals don't understand. They think people are still people. They think we are friends. We aren't friends anymore. We are food. I found another file in the survival cache. This one is scary. It talks about phases. It was written by a guy who claimed to be studying a similar outbreak in a primate lab years ago. He said the virus has stages. Stage 1 is the frantic stage. That's what we saw yesterday. The running, the screaming, the pure blind aggression. They burn through energy like a wildfire. Stage 2 is the ambush stage. He says that after the initial adrenaline dump wears off, they calm down. They don't stop being dangerous. They just stop running around like maniacs. They get quiet. They find a dark place, a closet, a bathroom, under a car, and they wait. They go dormant to save calories. But if you walk past them, if you make a noise, they snap awake instantly. This explains Brenda. She was screaming and banging on the wall. Now she is silent. She entered stage 2. She is probably sitting on the floor of that office right now, staring at the wall, just waiting for the sound of my door opening. This makes moving around so much more dangerous. You might think a room is empty. You might walk into a store and think, oh, it's clear. But they are there, crouched behind the counter, hiding in the clothing racks, waiting for you to get close enough. So if you have to move, check your corners. Throw something first. Throw a rock, a can. Make a noise away from you. See if anything wakes up. I'm looking at a map of the city I have taped to the wall. I'm trying to mark the danger zones in my head. The hospital is ground zero. Avoid Mercy General. Avoid the university clinics. Avoid the police stations. Those places were flooded with the sick in the first few hours. They are death traps now. Where's safe? Maybe the high ground. The virus doesn't make them fly. They can climb, yeah, but they aren't spiders. If you can destroy the stairs, if you have a ladder you can pull up, you might be okay. I'm thinking about the water tower on 4th Street. It has a maintenance ladder. If you could climb up there and kick the ladder down, you'd be untouchable. But you'd also be stuck. You'd bake in the sun. You'd run out of water. There is no perfect answer. Every choice has a cost. I want to talk to the kids for a second. If there are any kids listening to this, maybe your mom or dad turned the radio on. Hey, my name is Caleb. I know things are scary right now. I know it looks like a bad movie, but you need to be brave. Being brave doesn't mean you aren't scared. I'm scared. My hands are shaking, see? I'm terrified. Being brave just means you do what you have to do even though you're scared. Listen to your parents. If they tell you to hide, you hide. You don't ask why. You don't argue. You become invisible. You play the best game of hide and seek you have ever played, and you don't come out until the special code word is said. Do you have a code word? Ask your mom or dad for a code word right now, something only you guys know. And if something happens to your mom or dad, if they get sick, if they start looking at you funny, you have to run. I know you love them, but if they get the red eyes, if they stop talking, that's not them anymore. The sickness took them away. You have to run and you have to hide and you have to survive, because that's what they would want. They would want you to live. I'm taking a drink of water. It's warm. It tastes like plastic. It's the best thing I've ever tasted. I have a message here from, well, it's not a message. It's a note I found in my own wallet. It's a fortune from a fortune cookie. I got Chinese takeout 3 days ago. It feels like a lifetime ago. The fortune says, a pleasant surprise is waiting for you. I want to laugh. I want to laugh until I cry. A pleasant surprise. Yeah, right. The surprise is that the world ended on a Tuesday. I'm checking the frequencies again. 7:40 a.m. is dead. The gospel music is gone. I'm scanning up. 800, 900, 1020. Wait, 11:50 a.m. There's a voice. It's just numbers. A robotic voice reading numbers. 4917. Break. 4917. Break. It's a loop. What does it mean? Coordinates? A code? A safe house? Or just a glitch in some automated weather station? If anyone knows 4917, write it down. Maybe it's important. Maybe it's nothing. But in a world with no information, data is gold. I'm going to write it on my arm with a Sharpie. 4917. The silence outside is changing. The wind is picking up. I can hear the trees rustling. It's masking the other sounds. That's bad. The wind hides the footsteps. If they're walking on the grass, I won't hear them coming until they're at the window. I have a window in here. Well, not a window to the outside, a window to the hallway. It's thick glass, double pane, soundproof. It has a curtain pulled over it. I haven't looked through it. I've been afraid to look. If I pull that curtain back just an inch, I'm looking right into the hallway, right where Brenda is. But I need to know. I need to know if she is there. I need to know if the hallway is clear. If I have to make a run for it later, if the fuel dies and the door unlocks, I need to know what is on the other side. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk to the window. I'm going to pull the curtain back just an inch. Stay with me. Shh. My hand is on the fabric. It feels dusty. Everything is dusty now. I'm pulling it back. The hallway is dark. The emergency lights are on. They cast this sick green glow on everything. I see the water cooler. It's full. The blue plastic jug is glinting in the green light. It looks so heavy. I see the floor. There are papers everywhere. It looks like someone dropped a stack of scripts. I don't see Brenda. The door to the sales office is closed. Wait, there's a smear on the glass of the sales office door. A red smear. It's about shoulder height. Did she go back in, or did she leave? I'm scanning the rest of the hall. The reception desk is at the far end. I can just see the edge of it. There's a shape on the floor. It looks like a pile of clothes. It's moving. It's just breathing, up and down. It's a person. They're curled up in a ball. I think it's the janitor, Mr. Henderson. He's an old guy. He comes in the afternoons. Mr. Henderson? He's not moving much, just the shallow rise and fall of his back. He's wearing his gray jumpsuit. Is he sleeping? Or is he in stage 2? He's facing away from me. I can't see his face. If he's sleeping, I could wake him up. I could tap on the glass. He has keys. He has a master set of keys for the whole building. He could lock the front doors. He could get us supplies from the vending machines in the break room. But if he's one of them, if I tap on the glass, he will wake up. He will see me, and he will try to break the glass. Can they break this glass? It's thick, but it's not bulletproof. If he has his tools, if he has his heavy light bar. He's stirring. He's rolling over. Oh no, his face. Mr. Henderson doesn't have a face anymore. It's just red. He must have fallen face first into something, or someone did that to him. He's sitting up. He's sniffing the air. He looks confused. He's turning his head, left, right. He's looking at the water cooler. He's looking at the sales office door. He's looking at my window. I'm letting go of the curtain. I'm stepping back. He doesn't think I saw me. The curtain fell back into place. But now I know. They are in the hallway. Mr. Henderson is out there. Brenda is probably in the office. I am surrounded. And the clock is ticking. I'm sitting back down. My legs feel like jelly. You know that feeling when you almost get into a car accident? That rush of cold adrenaline? That's my constant state of being right now. I need to distract myself. I need to distract you. Let's talk about the stars. Tonight, if the clouds clear, the stars will be brighter than they have ever been in our lifetime. No city lights, no light pollution, just the raw cosmos. When I was a kid, my dad took me camping in the desert. We laid on the hood of his truck and watched the Milky Way. He told me that the light from those... The siren stopped. It didn't fade out, it just cut, like someone pulled the plug or the tower melted. Now my ears are ringing, a high-pitched whine that won't go away. It's louder than the silence. I'm looking out the window again, the external one, towards the city. The smoke is thicker now. It's not just black anymore. It's gray and heavy, rolling over the buildings like a blanket. It's choking the skyline. I can't see the top of the bank tower anymore. It's just gone, swallowed by the cloud. The wind changed direction. It's blowing towards us, towards the station. I can smell it now. Even in this sealed room, the smell is getting in. It smells like burning tires and meat. Cooking meat. I know what that is. You know what that is. Don't think about it. If you think about it, you'll vomit, and you can't afford to lose the water. I turned away from the city view. I can't watch the world burn. I have to focus on my immediate problems. My immediate problem is the hallway. I'm going back to the internal window. The curtain is still closed, but I can hear him, Mr. Henderson. He's not sleeping anymore. The siren woke him up. He's pacing. I can hear the scuff of his work boots on the linoleum. Scuff, scuff, scuff. He's moving back and forth in front of my door, like a sentry, like he's guarding me. Or maybe he's just confused. The virus scrambles the brain, right? Maybe he knows he's supposed to be cleaning the floors, but he can't remember how to hold a mop. So he just walks. Muscle memory. I'm going to peek again. I have to know what he's doing. I'm lifting the edge of the curtain, just a millimeter. He's right there. He's standing 2 inches from the glass. I almost screamed. I clamped my hand over my mouth so hard I tasted salt. He's looking right at the gap in the curtain. His eyes, they are blown wide. The pupils are huge black holes swallowing the red. And he's sweating. It's pouring off him. His gray jumpsuit is soaked dark around the collar. He sees me. He didn't lunge. He didn't scream. He just tilted his head, like a dog trying to understand a magic trick. He raised his hand. His fingers are swollen. His nails are black. He placed his palm flat against the glass. Now he's pushing. I can see the muscles in his forearm tightening. He's leaning his weight into it. The glass is groaning. It's thick glass, safety glass, but it's not designed for a hydraulic press. It's designed to stop sound. He's opening his mouth. He's licking the glass. A long, slow streak of saliva and blood against the pane. He's tasting the barrier. He wants to know if he can eat through it. I dropped the curtain. I backed away. I'm sitting under the desk now. I'm hiding like a child. He started banging. Thump, thump, thump. It's rhythmic. It's not angry. It's persistent. He's testing the integrity. He's looking for a weak point. "Mr. Henderson, stop!" I whispered it, like he could hear me, like he would listen. He was a nice guy. He used to talk about his grandkids. He showed me pictures of them at Disney World. He was so proud. Now he's a biological machine trying to break into my studio to kill me. The banging is getting harder. He's using his shoulder now. I can feel the vibrations through the floor. The desk is shaking slightly. I need to prepare for a breach. If that glass breaks, I have nowhere to go. The room is 10 feet by 12 feet. It's a box. I'm looking at the scissors again. They're so small. They're office scissors, dull, loose hinge. They wouldn't pierce a leather jacket, let alone a skull. I need a better weapon. I'm looking at the microphone stand. The base is a heavy iron disc. If I unscrew the pole, I'm doing it. I'm unscrewing the mic stand. My hands are slippery with sweat. It's hard to grip the metal. Okay, I got it. I have the base. It's about 5 pounds of cast iron. It's like a heavy frisbee. If I swing this, if I catch him right in the temple, maybe. But I have to get close. I have to let him in to hit him. I don't want to let him in. The banging stopped. Why did it stop? Is he tired? Did he give up? I'm listening. I hear ripping, tearing sound, like fabric being torn. He's tearing the carpet in the hallway? No. He's tearing at the door seal, the rubber gasket around the frame. He's picking at it. He found a loose edge. He's smart. He's problem solving. He realized the glass is too hard, so he's trying to dismantle the door. He can't get in that way. The door is steel. The frame is steel. Removing the rubber seal just lets the sound in. It won't open the lock. But it tells me something terrifying. He is thinking. He is analyzing. He isn't a zombie from a movie. He's a hunter. I'm going to put the headphones back on. I need to drown out the scratching sound. It sounds like a giant mouse gnawing at the wall. Let's talk about something else. Anything else. Let's talk about the time. It's getting late in the afternoon. The light in the room is turning orange. The dust motes dancing in the projector beam of the sun are beautiful. It's strange how beauty persists even when everything else is ugly. I found a notebook in the drawer. It belonged to the night shift guy, Mark. Mark was a writer, or he wanted to be. He was always scribbling in this thing. I'm reading the last entry. It's dated 2 days ago. The air feels heavy today. People are on edge. I saw a guy at the gas station yelling at the pump, just screaming at the machine because it was slow. Everyone is a wire pulled too tight. I feel like something is going to snap. Mark was right. It snapped. I wonder where Mark is. He usually comes in at 8 p.m. That's, looking at the clock, that's in 3 hours. Mark isn't coming. If you're out there, Mark, I have your notebook. You had some good ideas in here. I like the story about the astronaut who forgets how to speak. It feels appropriate right now. The generator just hiccuped. Did you hear that? The hum changed pitch. It dropped low, shuddered, and then came back up. My heart stopped, literally missed a beat. If that generator dies, the mag lock on the door disengages. Mr. Henderson is leaning against the door. I can hear him breathing against it. If the lock fails, he falls right into the room. I need to reinforce the door. The rubber wedge I kicked under it earlier isn't enough. I'm looking at the filing cabinet, the one I moved under the vent. I can't move it back. It's holding the vent shut. If I move it, the things in the ceiling can get in. I have to choose, secure the door or secure the vent. I'm keeping the vent blocked. The door has the lock. The vent has nothing. I'm going to use the chair. It's a rolling office chair, not very heavy, but if I jam it under the handle... Wait, there is no handle on the inside. It's a push bar. You push to exit. I can't barricade a push bar. I'm completely reliant on the electricity. I'm looking at the fuel gauge again. It jumped. It went from 6 hours down to 4, then back up to 5. The sensor is failing, or the fuel is sloshing around. I don't have 5 hours. I have maybe 3. When the sun goes down, the power goes out. That's the timeline. I have 3 hours to figure out how to escape a second-story room with a monster at the door and a monster in the vent. The window. The external window. It doesn't open. It's a sealed pane. But I have the iron mic base. I could smash it. If I smash the window, I can climb out. I'm looking at the drop. We're on the 2nd floor. Below me is the parking lot. It's asphalt. A 20-foot drop. If I jump, I break a leg. If I break a leg, I can't run. If I can't run, I'm dead. But maybe I can aim for the dumpster. I can see the dumpster from here. It's full of cardboard boxes. It's overflowing. If I hit the cardboard, I might walk away. That's my backup plan. If the door opens, I throw the iron disc through the window and I dive. I'm going to move the mic stand closer to the window, just in case. I want to share a piece of information I heard on a shortwave frequency about an hour ago. It was very faint, and it was in Spanish. My Spanish is terrible, mostly high school level, but I caught a few words. Isla, island. Seguro, safe. Barco, boat. They were talking about an island and boats. If you're near the coast, maybe the water is the answer. The virus can't swim across an ocean. If you can get to an island, a real island, not just a sandbar, you might have a chance. But getting to a boat right now seems impossible. The marinas will be chaotic. I'm just telling you what I heard. Do with it what you will. The scratching outside has stopped again. Mr. Henderson is moving away. I can hear him walking down the hall, towards the reception. Why is he leaving? Did he hear something else? I'm pressing my ear to the wall. Help! It's a voice, a clear human voice. Outside, in the parking lot. I'm rushing to the external window. I see him. There's a man running across the parking lot. He's wearing a delivery uniform, brown shorts, brown shirt. He's sprinting. He's holding a package. He's actually holding a package. Muscle memory again? Is he trying to deliver a parcel during the apocalypse? No. He's using it as a shield. There are 3 of them chasing him. They're fast. They're gaining on him. The lights just flickered. Not a quick blink like before. They went all the way out. Pitch black. The room disappeared for 5 full seconds. I held my breath. I gripped the edge of the desk so hard my knuckles popped. The fan on the laptop whined, spinning down, and the silence rushed in like water filling a sinking ship. Then, the generator coughed. It sounded like a dying animal choking on a bone, a wet, grinding noise. And then, the hum came back. The lights buzzed on. But they're dimmer now. The fluorescent tubes above me are struggling. One of them is strobing. Flash, flash, flash. It's like a disco in hell. I can't look at it. It hurts my eyes. I'm working by the glow of the monitors mostly. The fuel gauge is dancing near the red line. We are running on fumes. Literally fumes. I checked the window again. The parking lot. I needed to see him, the delivery driver, the guy I let die. He's up. It took less than an hour. He's standing by the dumpster. He's not holding his arm where they bit him. He doesn't care about the wound. He's just standing there, staring at the sun. His head is tilted back, mouth open, like he's drinking the sunlight. He's twitching. Every few seconds, his whole body jerks like he's being shocked with a cattle prod. That's the virus rewiring his nervous system. It's burning out the old connections, the ones that remember how to drive a truck or pay taxes, and building new ones, the ones that only know how to hunt. Seeing him stand up, it broke something in me. It confirmed the timeline. You don't have days. You don't even have hours. If you get bit, you have minutes to say goodbye. If you are with someone who gets bit, I know this is cruel, but you have to put them down, right then, before they get up. Because once they get up, they aren't the person you loved. They're just a shell driven by a fever. I'm looking at the water bottle on my desk. It's empty. I drained the last drop 20 minutes ago. My mouth feels like it's full of cotton balls. My tongue is sticking to the roof of my mouth. The heat in here is rising. It has to be 90 degrees. The water cooler in the hallway is mocking me. I can picture it. 5 gallons of crisp, cold water. It's right there, 15 feet away. But between me and that water is a steel door, a failing lock, and Mr. Henderson. I'm trying to calculate the risk. If I open the door, grab the jug, and pull it back in, how long does that take? 5 seconds? Can Mr. Henderson cover 20 feet in 5 seconds? Yes, he can. I saw how fast they move when they're in stage 1. Mr. Henderson is in stage 2, the ambush stage, but he can explode into motion if he sees prey. I can't risk it. I have to stay thirsty. Thirst takes 3 days to kill you. Mr. Henderson takes 3 seconds. I want to talk about the safe zones again. I found a cached news article from a local station in Atlanta. It was posted right before their servers went dark. The headline was, "Stadium Evacuation Chaos." The article said the military tried to herd people into the football stadium. They set up cots. They had food distribution. It looked like a good plan. Thousands of people packed in tight. Safety in numbers, right? Wrong. One person. It just took one person hiding a bite. Maybe they wore long sleeves. Maybe they thought it was just a scratch. They got in. They stood in line for soup. They turned. In a crowd that dense, panic is as deadly as the virus. People trampled each other. The exits got clogged with bodies, and the infection spread like wildfire in a dry forest. The stadium didn't become a shelter. It became a bowl of soup for the monsters. If you hear a broadcast telling you to go to a stadium or a mall or a high school gym, don't go. Do not go to the crowd. The crowd is the danger. Isolation is safety. Be a hermit. Be a ghost. I'm rubbing the code on my arm. 4917. The ink is smearing because of the sweat. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I tried it on the keypad of the station's internal server room. I can access the lock controls from my laptop. I typed 4917. Access denied. I tried it as a frequency, 49.17 megahertz. Just static. Maybe it's a zip code. 04917 is... Let me check the map. It's somewhere in Maine, a small town. Is there a bunker in Maine? Or maybe it's just nonsense. Maybe the robot voice on the radio was broken. But I have to believe it means something. It's a puzzle to solve. Solving puzzles keeps my brain from eating itself. I heard a noise from the vent again. It wasn't a scrape this time. It was a tap. 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 3 distinct knocks on the metal ductwork. Rats don't tap in rhythm. Raccoons don't knock. Is there someone in the vent? A survivor? A kid crawling through the ducts to escape the lobby? Hello? I whispered it at the ceiling. Tap. 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 They answered. My heart is hammering against my ribs. Someone is up there, above the filing cabinet, above the books. Who is that? I asked. No answer. Just the tapping. It's a code. 3 taps. Does it mean SOS? SOS is 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. This is just 3 taps. Wait. What if it's not a survivor? I read that primates mimic behavior. Monkeys can learn to use stones to crack nuts. What if the things outside heard me knocking? What if they're mimicking the sound to get me to open the vent? Open the vent! There's a friend inside. That's what I want to believe, but I can't trust it. If I move that cabinet and a face comes down that chute, a face with red eyes, I'm dead. I have no way to fight something dropping from the ceiling. So, I'm ignoring the taps. I'm sorry, whoever you are. If you are human, say something. Speak to me. If you can't speak, I can't help you. The tapping has stopped. Now it's just a soft scratching again, like fingernails on a chalkboard. I'm going to read you something from my own diary. I keep a journal on my laptop. I haven't written in it in months. I opened it up just now to see what my life was like before this. The last entry is from 2 weeks ago. I wrote, "My coffee maker broke this morning. Worst day ever. I had to drive to the gas station to get coffee, and I was late for the meeting. Dave was annoyed. I hate this cheap coffee maker. Worst day ever." I want to travel back in time and punch myself in the face. I was upset about a coffee maker. I was upset about being 10 minutes late. Now, Dave is a monster in the parking lot, and the coffee maker is the least of my problems. It puts things in perspective. If you survive this, if we survive this, we are never going to complain about traffic again. We are never going to complain about slow internet or cold food. We are going to be grateful for every boring, mundane second of peace. I'm looking at the door again. The wedge I kicked under it seems solid, but the rubber seal Mr. Henderson ripped away. There's a gap now, a sliver of space between the door and the frame. I can see into the hallway. Just a slice, a vertical line of green light. I can see a shadow moving across the slice. He's back. Mr. Henderson is back at my door. He's not banging this time. He's just standing there. I can hear him sniffing, short, sharp inhales. Sniff, sniff, sniff. He smells the sweat. He smells the fear. And then, a voice. "Caleb." It wasn't Brenda. It was him. It was Mr. Henderson. His voice sounded like gravel grinding together, low, wet. "Caleb, open." He knows my name. He remembers my name. "Caleb, water." He knows I have water? No, he knows where the water cooler is. Or maybe he's thirsty. Do they get thirsty? "No," I whispered. "Go away, Mr. Henderson." "Hot. It burns. Caleb, help." He sounds like he's in pain. He sounds like a confused old man. This is the trap. This is the biological trap. The virus keeps enough of the host alive to beg for mercy. It uses the host's pain to manipulate you. If I open that door, he won't hug me. He will eat me. "I can't help you," I said, louder this time. "You are sick." "Not sick," he growled. The voice changed instantly. The old man was gone. The predator was back. "Hungry." He slammed his fist against the door. Bam! The door jumped in the frame. The maglock held. The wedge held. But dust fell from the ceiling. "Hungry!" He screamed it. It sounded like a lion roaring in a cave. Then silence. He's waiting again. He's testing me. He wants to see if I panic. I am panicking, but I'm panicking quietly. I'm sitting in my chair, gripping the armrests, shaking like a leaf. I need to focus on the exit, the window, the dumpster. I'm going to move the scissors into my pocket. I'm going to tighten my shoelaces. If I have to jump, I don't want to lose a shoe. I'm checking the fuel. 3 hours, maybe 2.5. The sun is dipping lower and the shadows are stretching across the room. The darkness is creeping in from the corners. I need to tell you about the silence again. When the power goes out, the city will be truly dark. No ambient light from the street lamps reflecting off the clouds. Just black. You need to know your environment by touch. Close your eyes, right now. Do it. Reach out. Can you feel the wall? Can you feel the door handle? The hum is gone. The silence is deafening. The only sound is the fan on this laptop spinning its last few rotations. and my own heart, which feels like it's trying to punch through my ribs. I am standing in the dark. I have the red LED light in my left hand. It casts a bloody, weak circle on the floor. It looks like a crime scene. The door handle. I'm watching it. It's silver. In the red light, it looks black. It's turning. Slowly. Down. The latch clicks. It's such a small sound, a mechanical snick. That sound means the magnetic seal is dead. The 10,000 pounds of force holding that door shut just evaporated because the diesel ran out. Now it's just a metal door. And he is on the other side. I can hear him breathing. It's not the panting of a dog anymore. It's deep, ragged gasps. He's excited. He knows. The door cracks open. Just an inch. The rubber wedge I jammed underneath is fighting it. I can hear it screeching against the carpet, a high-pitched protest. Screech. A hand comes through the gap. It's gray. The skin looks like wet clay. The fingers are hooked, clawing at the wood of the doorframe. I see the class ring on his finger. High school class of 74. Mr. Henderson. He pushes. The wedge slips. The door swings open a foot. And there he is. My red light catches his face. I wish it hadn't. His eyes are glowing in the reflection of the LED, two burning coals. His jaw is slack, hanging open too wide like the tendons have snapped. There is something dark, smeared all over his chin. He sees me. He doesn't scream. He doesn't roar. He smiles. It's a twitch, a spasm of the facial muscles that pulls his lips back over his gums. Caleb. He wheezes. It sounds like air escaping a tire. I'm backing up. I'm hitting the desk with my hip. I'm fumbling for the iron mic base. I have it. It's heavy in my right hand. My palm is sweating so much I'm afraid I'll drop it. Stay back! I yell. It comes out as a croak. He steps into the room. He's fast. He lunges. I spin. I don't look at him. I look at the window, the double-paned, soundproof glass that shows the city burning in the twilight. I swing the iron disc. I put my hips into it. I scream as I swing. Crash! The sound is incredible. It's not just a break, it's an explosion. The safety glass shatters into 1,000,000 cubes. They spray out into the night like diamonds. The cool air rushes in instantly. It smells of smoke and sulfur. I don't hesitate. I can't. I can hear Mr. Henderson's boots pounding on the floor behind me. I can hear his teeth snapping together. I vault. I put one hand on the sill, glass shards biting into my palm, and I throw myself into the void. For a second, I'm flying. The ground is 20 feet down. I see the asphalt. I see the dumpster. I miss the dumpster. I'm falling toward the pavement. I tuck my chin. I pull my knees up. Slam. I hit the ground. My shoulder takes the impact. The air leaves my lungs in a violent whoosh. I roll. Asphalt scrapes the skin off my arm. I keep rolling until I hit the metal side of the dumpster. Clang. Pain. White-hot pain in my left ankle, and my shoulder feels like it's on fire. But I'm alive. I'm outside. I gasp for air, choking on the smoke. I look up. Up at the window I just left. Mr. Henderson is there. He's leaning out the broken window. He's looking down at me. He's reaching out, swiping at the air. But he won't jump. He's afraid of gravity. The virus took his humanity, but it left his fear of gravity. He howls. a long, frustrated shriek that echoes off the brick walls of the alley. And then I hear the answer. From the shadows of the parking lot, from the woods behind the station, other howls. They heard the glass. They heard him. I have to move. I try to stand. My left leg buckles. I scream silently, biting my lip until it bleeds. Sprained. Badly sprained. Maybe a hairline fracture. I can't run. I can hobble. I have the scissors in my pocket. I have the red light. I lost the iron disc. I'm dragging myself toward the dumpster. I need cover. I drag myself behind the metal bin. It smells of rotting garbage and old food. It's the best smell in the world because it masks my scent. I crouch in the shadows. I'm shaking uncontrollably. Shock is setting in. I peer around the corner of the dumpster. They're coming. 3 of them, running on all fours like apes. They're coming from the tree line. They're heading for the broken window. They think the food is up there. They think Mr. Henderson is the dinner bell. They're ignoring me. I'm small. I'm hidden. I'm quiet. They start climbing the drain pipe. They're swarming up the side of the building toward the broken window. Mr. Henderson is fighting them off. He's punching down at them. They're fighting each other for the right to enter the room I just vacated. It's a frenzy. I have a window of opportunity, a tiny closing window. I need to get away from the station. I look at the map in my head. The woods. The woods lead to the train tracks. The tracks lead out of the city. It's getting darker by the second. The sun is gone. The sky is a deep, bruised purple. I check my pocket. I still have the phone. The screen is cracked, but it's on. I'm not broadcasting anymore. The station is dead. But I can record. I can keep a log. I'm whispering into the phone now. I'm out. I'm hurt. Heading for the tracks. If anyone finds this, my name is Caleb. I was the voice on the radio. Now I'm just another shadow. I stand up. I put weight on the bad leg. Pain shoots up to my hip. I swallow the vomit rising in my throat. 1 step. 2 steps. I'm leaving the parking lot. I'm entering the tall grass at the edge of the woods. The grass is dry. It rustles against my jeans. Shh. Too loud. I freeze. Something is in the grass. 10 feet away. I can see the tops of the weeds moving. Something is crawling towards me. I grip the scissors. Please be a rabbit, I whisper. Please be a rabbit. A head pops up. It's not a rabbit, and it's not one of them. It's a dog, a beagle. It has a collar. It looks terrified. It looks at me, then looks back at the station where the monsters are screaming. It whines softly. Come here, I whisper. The dog hesitates. Then it crawls to me. It presses its body against my good leg. It's shivering. Okay, I say. Okay, buddy. We're going. Me and the beagle, we limp into the tree line together. The darkness swallows us.